Dungeon Discourse. Last episode, Dungeon Select, we did really nothing besides... I mean...
Argue and get drunk. And gamble.
Nothing productive got done, I guess, is the right way of putting it.
Yes. Nothing.
In-game productive? No. Character productive? Yeah.
No.
A little bit. I don't know. It was an interesting one. It was the first time since that we started that I didn't have to prepare. I prepared some games for you guys to like play, and that's really it. That's really all I did. And I made sure like that message at the end there. That's really all I did. The rest was all you. You guys took the lead, and you almost broke up as a party. So I know that I'm never fucking doing that again.
Not only that, we almost all got really poor. So I mean, you gave us fucked up.
No, you almost got Gypsy. Just disappeared. Bet you Gypsy unmuted his mic. There you go.
I bet you. Yeah. Hey, Gypsy, you're muted by the way.
Gypsy, just don't mute.
Hey guys.
Just don't mute. Just don't.
I didn't want you to hear me typing, but
that's fine.
Just don't mute. Don't do it. Trap. Yeah, this is the first time that I, as a DM, didn't have to do shit, and you almost break up the entire party and gamble all your money away. So that was fun.
I mean, you joke, but I think that was coming to a head for a while, and it was something that we as a party had held off from confronting until we were in a better situation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was interesting. It was I pretty much just sat there and watched. Really, that's really what I did.
Watched everything go.
Everything go to shit. Koiba or Nakul being a weirdo and being confronted by it, and then
not saying the right words.
Not saying the right words. I mean, listen, literally, at a point I was like, isn't going well.
I made a mistake, guys. I made a mistake.
Okay, I'm just gonna go with the obvious, right?
Hello.
Why? I'm curious. Yeah, why?
Because Nakul's an art. No. So Nakul very much, he believes in having to. He wants to see the best in his party, like the people he travels with. He doesn't. He needs to know the good and bad of the party. And considering he's not really had much chance, he's seen a lot of good, and he's not seen a bad, but he knows there is definitely a bad to every party.
Yeah.
Because he knows there is, because people are people. He knows he's got shit. He knows everyone's got shit. So he wants to see what people's shit is, and if it's something he can deal with, like like Arctanus will get angry. Okay, that's fine. Don't fucking fuck with Arctanus. Got that. He got that message like episode 2. He's like, okay, cool, sorted. I can understand that. But then everyone else was kind of they're very not muted, but very closed off in how they showed themselves. And Nakul wanted to see further into that. He's just not very good at communicating, like at all. He's very blunt. Is
he not very good at communicating, or is Koiba not that good at communicating?
No, it's a cool thing. He's got low charisma. I made sure it's very blunt and very just like, fuck your emotions. I just want answers.
Okay.
But in his head, Nakul is going, I'm just asking a question. It's just a question.
Why is everyone mad at me?
Yeah, but to him, it's very much like, hey, why you said your parents died? It's like that kind of thing. It's like, you fucking idiot. Like, what do you think? Like, it's very much that kind of like, Koiba's the cool. Yeah, that's true.
But is Nakul really that dumb?
No. Yeah. Well, like I say, he's he's very book smart, and he's wise to like know something's up, but he's not. So in his head, he'll have the perfect sentence. But when he speaks, he doesn't speak properly. He doesn't convey like sympathy. But he wants to. He wants to be like, oh yeah, no, I see what's going on. But it's very much yeah, and like, so he knew the second he saw what he said, he was like, shit. But he rides it because he knows he can't. Like, he knows the more he spends trying to confuddle, the worse it gets. So he goes, right, just there's no point in sitting on something and trying to be like, oh, I'm sorry, he's hit it nail on the head. It will solve itself. It'll eventually solve itself.
Okay, but like, what if for real though, right? Because Tamaris was pissed, Abberan was pissed, Sarah was pissed.
Not gonna lie, in my head, didn't think that would happen.
What if they like? What if they would have been like, you know what, dude, fuck you, get out of here.
As both player and in character, didn't think that would happen. Did not expect that reaction. I thought it would be bad. Didn't think it would be that bad.
So Koiba is Nakul. SetoKoiba is that
I
dumb.
thought I was hitting like the kind of kick you in the shins button. Didn't think I was hitting the nuclear launch code button. Didn't think I was going DEFCON 1. Didn't think that's what I was doing.
I mean, I think your biggest fuck up is that you forgot that she mentioned that it was a daughter.
Yes, that
was your biggest fuck up.
That was a player fuck up. Honestly, I completely forgot because I knew
Which made it escalate a lot because if you
I knew she said to Octanus, I don't want to meta game because I was like, I don't remember her saying about a door. I remember her saying about the other one. I remember she was looking for something that looked like her. But I didn't remember her saying.
She did when you guys were in that cart traveling. She mentioned it.
Had I remembered that, it probably gone a lot differently.
Someone's gonna go back and like clip the video and be like, "This is the point where Kasarin tells Nakul about." This is the point where, this is the point where she tells Octanus, and you know.
Yeah. No, this is the point where you should have remembered. I was like,
because
making notes helps, man.
Or that it was
my Discord just chat. Hang on. Making notes helps in that instance, you know.
Yeah. I personally remembered it, and what my notes.
I make notes about stuff that are said to me about stuff like that, but like I must have just blanked. I'm like I don't know what happened. Like because my notes are usually pretty like I write down the information like Kisran like my like really basic note. I write like Kisran assassin and all that like type of shit, right? And like this is why they're doing this and this is why this has happened. And they've said this. Okay, that means like Abberan's like thing. Okay, I'm like write that down. I must have just missed like 2 lines, just 2 sentences I missed, and just
okay, fair enough. Yeah,
and like fair enough. To be honest though, I kind of like the dynamic the group kind of has in a drama out of character like Lamau. Let's see how this goes. I want to see this shit like what happens here. I love it. As in game, I'm like, oh fuck, what have I done?
I mean, I kind of figured that if shit would hit the fan. I mean, Abberan already has a problem with you because that's just Abberan. Yeah, the moment he stole that bottle, Abberan has had issues with Nakul.
So, from Abberan's point of view, if it was someone outside of the party, Abberan would be a bit like, not a fan of stealing, but you know, like you do you. It's only a bottle of alcohol, whatever. Whereas for Bran, it's very much like. You don't shit where you eat. You don't fucking you don't do shit in your own backyard. You don't steal from the people around you. Especially if you have to rely on them to have your back. And like the Iron Deck fight, if anything, showed to Brandon like if a single one of us wasn't there, we would have died. I'm pretty sure that if Narank or Octanus or Trimeris, any single one of us wasn't there, everyone else would have died or severely suffered.
Yeah.
So for him, it's very much, I need these people to rely on me and I need to rely on these people. And having that level of distrust conveys to, if you don't trust someone and you need to trust someone for them having your back, or they say to do something in the midst of combat and you hesitate because you don't trust them, that can bite you on the ass. So he was always a bit unhappy about it. I think as it is now, like, to Bran, like, he's not overly happy, but it's not his place. If Kasarin's said it's done, then Bran will move on.
Chimeras has been pretty camp Kasarin from the get-go. I knew Octanus wouldn't really care too much.
I knew Octanus was like, shit stir. I knew Octanus was gonna shit stir. The second I told her, I was like, oh, this is gonna.
The thing is, she wasn't there when you said it though, because she fucking passed out. So I don't know. I think Octanus would have probably also been camp Kasarin, to be honest, because they've also been like.
I mean,
you really would have had the entire party against you besides Narank.
Narank would be the only person camp Nakul because he.
He wouldn't even be camp Nakul. He would just be like, "Ooh, I'm not dealing with this."
Well, because his whole thing is he helped me steal it. Technically, he was the one who stole it, not me.
I don't think he'd have had a problem with you stealing it. I think he would have had a problem with the way you dealt with it.
Oh, definitely.
Exactly.
Definitely, 100%. Like, so what I told with me giving Kisran that bottle last episode, not last episode, 2 episodes ago, where Abberan was like, smile, I was thinking, oh shit, I'm cool with Abberan now. Like, in my house thinking, Nakul's like, I've done a good thing. Abberan's gonna like forget about it. I've made up for it. I redeemed. Mint, 1 episode later. Fuck you, Nakul. I'm like, I've made mistakes. Wait. Hold.
Yeah, like the thing is, Nakul is interesting because I knew from the beginning that I'm not gonna prepare for this episode. I'm not gonna have to write anything besides minor things here and there, because this is going to be them leading it. They're gonna just have a day of drinking. As long as I give them that environment, they'll stick around and do whatever. You know, that's kind of that was my thought process, and that happened for the most part. But then fucking, I knew that there were gonna be things talked about, because this is the first like downtime moment you've had pretty much since the beginning. Really, there's always been something chasing you or up your ass, and this is the first time since you started that chilling, no immediate threats. You know, you're good. So I knew that there was going to be some character related stuff discussed and stuff, and ever since hang on ever since whatchamacallit, Nakul fucking joinked that bottle, you stirred shit up with Xaran, you stirred shit up with Bran, and I knew since that moment that was gonna happen today, but the way it happened and just like the magnitude of the fucking situation, I did not expect.
The thing as well is that Nakul hated the timing of it. He would much preferred not to do it the fucking day after. He wanted the day to relax as well. That's like, he wasn't drinking heavily because he knew he didn't want to pass out. He wanted to be awake and he wanted to like see how everyone else reacts. That was a big thing. You want to see how everyone else drank after a big fight, because I've seen some shit and you just want to see how everyone reacted to that. But then like, because I was saying to downtime, I was thinking, oh, you know what, now would be a good time just it's me and Kisran, and like basically the 3-4 people I've pissed off in this party like recently. On a table together, like this is a good time. Like we've all a bit drunk or tipsy. This type of thing would come out, and then it exploded. And then he's like, "Shit, I have to try and make this up somehow, and I have to talk about himself." And he hated that he had to do it then. Because I was preparing in my head. I had prepared like on the road. We'd stop off on. It'd be very much a stop off point of, hey, let's get to know each other, guys. Like nice, relaxed atmosphere. And it was like, oh, I need to repair bridges now. Fucking, let's go. Like, I need to.
Yeah, but like you really. The thing is, you really did that yourself, though. Like you.
I know I did.
You broke those bridges, and now you're like, oh, I had to repair them that moment. Yeah, of course you did, dickhead.
Yeah. What's the saying? I didn't. The bridges. I thought I splintered them a little bit. Didn't think I was gonna fucking, like I say, exploit them like I did. Didn't.
Yo, there's a difference between pushing something heavy across the bridge and full on dropping it from top of the mountain.
Yeah.
It was the delivery very much rather than the point.
Yeah.
It was like,
but at the same time, it was great RP and I loved it. I loved every second.
I mean, yeah, it was great, but fucking hell.
I loved it.
Like, what if, right? What if Gissaren would have said, I don't want to travel with you by my side anymore? And it would have come to a vote. Like, what? What if?
If that happened, Nakul would have just walked, because Nakul would have found some other people that he can try and travel with, or just go out by himself. He knows there's no point in being in a party that doesn't want him. He knows like it's just not worth his time. There are always a bunch of other people willing to take in a big idiot, and that's all he'll do. That's what he would have done. Is he would have just gone. He might have put up a little bit of a, guys, are you sure? Like, we got something good going here. But he would have very quickly been like, probably would have left some gold or shit for them, like left most of his gold, and just gone.
Interesting.
Because, wouldn't have been worth his time. Because it would have just been like, I can find multitude. I can go to the Kautala Hunters and just find a group there. Or I can leave this city, like, this has no concern for me anymore, and if I bump into the game with this Raskill stuff, because I'm a blue dragonborn flying about and I know that's going on, I might see him there, But he's got his own shit going on, and he's, like I say, he kind of is half using the party as a, hey, I can use these people are good in fights, I might need them. But at the same time, he's there as a, hey, let's go, boys.
Interesting. Yeah, like I said, I had Jack prepared for that episode, and I was like, yeah, see where this goes. I don't think I'm gonna do that anytime soon, because that was.
Oh, please give us more gambling. I ain't like.
I mean, the gambling, sure, but it's like mom leaves the home for the first time in a while, and the kids fucking paint the entire wall with their shit. It's like, oh well. It's like,
I
okay,
mean, you say the kids plural, but
yeah, okay, the dumb kid of the two,
Oh,
you know,
honey,
but
Mark.
like,
I have the joint highest intelligence of the party. Damn it.
oh yeah, like Brand's book dumb. Like,
Of course. Hey guys, if we need to fucking thing is though, any book that's come up has been a language Nakul can't read, and he's just like, fuck.
I mean, to be fair, like Brand can read Celestial, he can read Common, but anything other than that, and even that, like, if it's big words,
is Brad really that big of a moron?
-1.
Really? Wow, that's wild.
Intelligence was my dump stat for him.
That's crazy. Wow, he's fucking retarded, bro.
Well,
Abberan is actually dumb.
knowing what you know about his backstory, he wasn't necessarily educated in traditional topics. He's very much a wise person from world experience and a charismatic person. But he was never taught, like, okay, so, you know, this is how you would do accounting. This is
D&D accounting
how a
boys.
magic wand works. He didn't have that sort of traditional education, so it made sense for me to not give him a high intelligence.
What's his wisdom then?
His wisdom is +3. Because as a cleric,
Cast spells with
cast with wisdom instead of charisma.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm still awaiting that document, Koiba, about Nakul and everything that's going on.
I need to give you a chat about that at some point.
Because I really need to I need to know as well, so I can start.
I've made some edits to it like already, like minor edits, things like age edits and stuff.
Because
like
at this point on, I don't know what's going on with Nakul. You know, I don't know what he's up to. Right?
Yeah, like I said, I need to like just have a call with you at some point. Because written wise, I'm at a bit of a block, just because I'm like, that's what I know.
I mean, the thing is, I keep yawning. I'm sorry, man. It's nothing I can do about it.
I'm a bit like that as well.
The thing is that even if you just give me little bits, like what Belle gave me was, these are these people, they were at the circus, this is what they did. Oh, this is Lord Irondack, he's also he's a prick that's chasing me because I did for him. I did this for him, and then I ran away. That's it. Like, that's the rest came from me. The fact that we were going to the circus, he was threatening them, combined the two because he knew of them. You know, like, you don't have to give me much, just give me something that I can pull from, you know?
That's the biggest problem with Nakul is I kind of wiped the slate with him, as was revealed. He doesn't really have anyone apart from the one other guy I mentioned who I've mentioned to you.
Yeah.
He's kind of the only other character I've got. I mean, I can, like, I've got a gap of
yeah, but like, you know, like,
I've got a gap of years that I can.
You know that you have a fucking distaste for goblins. That's why you carry the fucking thing around your neck.
Yeah.
Give me a reason why, and I'll pull from that. But give me like a proper, like, fucking just a little bit of like half a page of just straight up. These are the goblins. This is their names. This is their tribe. This is what they do. Whatever.
Okay.
Same with the fucking logo banner thingy.
Yeah.
Give me a proper in-depth, like, this is what these people did to me. This is what this is what effect that has had on me as a character. I can.
Okay, that's a good name.
I can fucking. Oh yeah, the banner is used by those people. They live there now, and they fucking, like, I can do that. Okay. I just need some, like, substantial
substance. Yeah, I've given you, like, outlines of shit.
Yeah, exactly. I just need, like,
that thing. That's the problem I'm getting a bit.
Much.
I'm trying to make more outline rather than more substance.
Yeah, like, it doesn't need to be much, but I need something that I can, like, okay, so that group of goblins did this to Nakul, and that's why he hates them. Yeah. Okay, and then I can, and this is why that has affected Nakul. That's why he's carrying that fucking necklace of goblin teeth, I think it was.
Claws or teeth on the two. I think it's
one of the two goblin parts.
And
I can, like, and that's when I can be like, okay, well, this. If you give that more depth, more details, I can draw from that. Same with Abberan. Abberan also doesn't really have a backstory yet. Besides, just like, oh, I'm a military boy, smile. That's like, TLDR, he's been a soldier. It's, you know, soldier. accidental soldier, I guess, more like.
There's more to it than that, but it was a matter of like.
Yeah.
I took in a very, very basic. This is who he is as a person. For when we prepared originally, because there wasn't much time. Yeah. And it's a lot more now of writing. Okay, well, why is he that person? Like, what's caused him? Why is it that he feels so strongly about trust within the group? And I have all these ideas for these things. It's getting them written in a sensible manner while also writing everything else I write at the moment.
Hey man, that's your own choice, man.
Yeah, like
you do that on your own volition, right? Like that's.
I do.
Hey man, Gypsy, you've got a spare Sunday now.
No,
I mean,
I'm running a one shot.
No, but like honestly, we have 2 weeks till the next dungeon select. If you guys both can just give me something that I can start, because the thing is with the backstories, I don't just decide I'm going for backstory now. Yeah. Tremaris, I trickle in here and there. Yeah. Kisseran trickled in here and there. Actanis kind of trickled in as well a little bit here and there. Yeah. And with you guys, I can't do that because besides like the fact, you revealed your banner, that's about it. That's because I can't, because I have nothing really to go from, you know. So
that's understandable.
The sooner I get that, the better. The reason there's nothing really majorly been revealed about Naronk's backstory is because Naronk's hella secretive about it, and me and Soko have big plans for that.
That's understandable. Like I say, I will
fairly secretive about. Oh, Bran's been fairly secretive about his as well. To be fair.
I mean, yeah, but like you showed that you flexed that coin.
I flexed the coin and that Actanis is convinced was just magic.
And that's about it, really, you know? Like, okay, well.
I flexed the... Bran flexed the coin because he felt it was the best thing to do in that scenario. Stop people that didn't need to die dying. Rather than Bran flexed the coin to be like, hey guys, look at this.
Yeah, like you've used that coin that you have because of your past, and that's really about it.
Yeah.
Am I slamming my desk sometimes? No. Am I?
I think it was when you were.
Oh yeah, I was doing this.
Yeah, like Nakul wasn't like. I say he wasn't like he was sick to both backstory a bit because he wanted a good time for it more than anything else. Like he wanted it on his own volition and very much didn't want people like, what's going on with you? He was like, well, I want to. Hey, this is the right time. I trust these people. You know, let's go, boys. And then.
But does he now? Like, is Nakul now at a point where he's like?
Nakul fully like Nakul knows this point he is having to redeem himself, and redemption can only happen if you've lost trust. So he knows that they trusted him at some point. So now he trusts them. He very much is on the level of he knows he's fucked up, and he has to make way. He has to make new ground with them, but at least they have a base understanding with each other, and he can ride with that, and he's happy now.
So has Nakul? Okay.
Like he knows he's fucked up, and like he knows like it's gonna take a while before people.
Like you said, Nakul stole that from tried to poke the sleeping lion for a reason. Nakul tried to piss off for a reason. Yeah. Has Nakul now? Does he have enough to like not do that anymore, or is he still gonna? Okay.
No, like he very much like he knows that the people with the groups stand as a group. He knows that individually these people stand. The only person he is sketchy about is Naronk. Naronk is the only one he is a bit like monker about. Like he's a bit.
He's a thief. He's part of the Thieves Guild, yeah.
But well, he
tend to be a bit shady.
Yeah, he's a bit shady. He's also like, yeah, he saved them. So he has this he has a bait. Like I say, he saved them, and he's also like helped them out, like being like a good meme, you know, like good bro. But apart from that, he doesn't have a lot on the person. Like Naronk's pretty neutral with most of his things. He knows he's a bit of a womanizer, and like he's seen him get really drunk now, and so like he knows like where
Naronk thinks he's a womanizer. Difference.
That's what I mean. Like Naronk tries to put himself out there and get shut down. Like, so he knows he's trying. Yeah. He sees that. He knows he's that type of person. He just doesn't know what he is. Like he doesn't know if this is a front from Naronk, and he's like, oh yeah, look at me, I'm pretending to charm. Look, I can charm any woman I want, but it's actually him just like, I don't know, doing some bullshit.
Overcompensating for the fact that he's gay.
Nakul wants to sleep with Naronk. You got me. You got me, boys.
Yeah, no, I
feel he's sober because it's 2019.
And the thing is, Naronk did kind of save your ass that one time where you all easily could have died. That's why you kind of forced to trust him, I guess, in a way.
Well, exactly. Let's say like he has a base trust with him, and he trusts him enough. Like the link with Alvante gives him base trust because Nakul trusts Alvante, so he has that. But then that's kind of what he's got writing for him as a person. Is kind of like, it's like when someone has a really good references, but you've never met them before, but everyone says they're a really great person. You're like, yeah, they probably are.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
but I've not met them. I've just met what people have projected about him a lot. So
yeah. Like, I'm excited to get into that backstory for Neuron. It's gonna be sick.
Nakul still needs like to air some shit with Abberan in the sense of like they need to spar because like that's
they need to just have a fight.
They just need to have a fight. Like Nakul and Abberan just need to have a fight of mutual like, cool, we're good now. We've got like the arm wrestle at the end of the last episode with Kisron very much got it out of, hey, we're cool now, we're good. Even if Kisron doesn't agree with that, Nakul's like, fair play. You've shown me big strength. I'll back, I'll back the fuck up. But like with Abberan, he knows he's like, Abberan has said he can spar, and Nakul's like, let's see then. He wants to see the war boy.
Wants to see the war boy. And the thing is, like, we did a little bit of a travel skip at the end of last episode because we're taking a week break. So let's just start it off immediately at Trekmir, where Nakul was like, "Yo, meet me there, fam." Works out as well because it's from Nakul being in Talzir, you guys being in Drekville, both 3-day travel because it's like directly slap bang in between it. That made sense.
That was cool.
Yeah.
Just in general, like, hey, so now we found more information. I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, because that's the thing that's happening in the background. While you guys were doing other things, other people are also doing things,
Yeah.
Yeah, so they found someone that is helping translate. They found someone who speaks Abyssal. And the thing now... No, it's not.
Imagine if it was, just like...
Is Lausanne gonna be back? That's all on Duke, man. And I don't think Duke's interested. Like, he'll do it more as a favor for me than for himself, and I don't want that. Like, if anything, I'll portray Lausanne, because I just don't think Duke's interested. So, I don't want to, like... pressure him into doing it. So if Lausanne comes back at some point, I'll probably play him myself because I just genuinely don't think. The only reason I think Duke would say yes is because I'm asking him as a friend, and I don't really want to. Like, I don't want him to play if he doesn't enjoy the campaign or the character. We'll see. You never know. I'm also trying to just avoid. Because that's what I did in the beginning a lot. Was you guys met a lot of NPCs early on that have been helping you out in things, and that like Nakul has tagged along for a bit. Fucking Gwen now. No, Gwen's different. That's a player character though. But like, especially Nakul, I guess. Nakul and then Tamar. They both stuck around for a few episodes, and that's cool. And it gives those NPCs, your party connects with those NPCs, and it's whenever something happens to those NPCs, your party is more involved because you've been with them in fights and you've known them. That's cool. That works that way. But it's a lot more fun to like, hey, find someone to play an important character like Gwen. Hey, let's get someone to play her instead of having an NPC tag along. So I am in talks with someone this week to see if they want to guest not the first session back, but the one after. That's going to be of some significance next chapter, I guess. Yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm probably going to leave Nakul home and just...
I've got this other Dragonborn friend, his name...
Yeah, dude.
His name is Nakul.
I'm also going to rectify a little bit of a continuity error that I made because I simply forgot to write something down that I improvised, and... So I gotta fix that. The map, dude. I forgot which places in the Expanse were circled, and I'm like, yeah, it can't be fucked now. So I'm just gonna do something where the map you have, I don't know, you'll find like a different map, or the map edits itself magically. Like, oh, the cult found another Dragonborn, so that circle is now gone, type of thing. Like it's something.
I realized that all along Actanis was holding it upside down.
I'll figure something out. Okay, there's ways to do that, whatever.
Hey,
but yeah,
campaign, you do what the fuck you want.
Yeah, true. That at the end of the day, it's whatever the fuck I want.
The map self-destructed. Smile. It's trapped.
Yeah, dude.
You didn't check it. Did you check the map for traps? Didn't think so,
The
idiots.
map was actually a note from Tibwin.
His big fire in library, and the it looked like Ramirez came by, but it wasn't. But all the map gone.
Oh, map gone.
No,
Map gone. Map teleported.
no,
away.
I just fucked up because that map thing was improvised. Like the whole you guys finding a map with those circles, I improvised. I was like, oh, that'll be fun. Like I just thought of that like on the fly. Like, oh, give them a little bit more to go on. Then everyone teleported away. Okay. So that was improv. That map was improv. So I hadn't had that written down, and I thought I wrote it down after the fact, but I didn't. So here we are, X months later. Yeah, I don't fucking remember.
I know, right? God, that was so early on as well. That was
Yeah. And I could go back and look at the episode, but I already fucked up in between then and now. Like I've already mixed it up, so like that continuity error is there. So I just gotta make sure that I rectify that before we go on.
It's fine.
So that'll be done next episode as well.
Lucky you've got 2 weeks.
Yeah, no, that's I'll figure something
I
else.
mean, like that's the good thing is like any like shit that's like fucked.
Yeah, exactly.
There's 2 weeks to try and sort something like.
Yeah, exactly.
At least have something, you know, like say.
Yeah. So
Sure, we'll do the fucking.
I'm excited because we're like at the end of the chapter now. We're starting a new one when we get back. Chapter 4, I guess, because chapter 1 was getting the chromosphere and all that, and that Orca situation. Yeah. Chapter 2 was, finding out Medjern was fucked, the first part of the rescue thing. Chapter 3 is Octanus, her whole meme. So I guess, yeah, we're at chapter 4 now.
I tell you what, the rescue thing, like, has been, like, out of game, has been on my mind for so fucking long. Just, like, there's so much, like...
I mean, you got 9 council members left, and they still have to find, as far as you know, they still have to find 5 different colors of Dragonborn, so,
yeah. Nakul being one of them, and he's
Nakul being
like,
one of them, yeah.
Had to disguise-wise, oh shit, Octanus technically still has my... Oh, whatever, go fuck. I got back at some point to get back to whatever. Who cares, right? Fucking... Nakul doesn't really give a shit about the hat disguise. He did it then and there, because it's like, hey, I probably should smile. But, like, he's like, if they find me... we can kill him. Like, it's very much his viewpoint. We killed one, easy. We got this, boys.
Yeah.
We only lost one party member.
Yeah, I was gonna say, the other one killed one of your party members really easy.
Man.
But you weren't there for that, so you didn't see the fight, I guess, yeah.
Hey man, we got the new and improved one. No.
Yeah, it's
traded an OP
Cleric
mystic
boy.
for an OP gunslinger.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like, I'm meeting with someone,
To play with skill. No.
I think it's tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow. About a possible character appearance. I'm not gonna say who it is.
Me. I'm playing another character.
And I don't know how they're gonna come into play yet, and I don't know what character or what type of character. Maybe they'll play the baddie. Who knows? That'd be fun. That'd be cool.
Oh, that'd be fucking.
That'd be super
lit.
cool. I just thought of that on the fly. That'd be really cool, huh?
Just like, hey, I'm a nice guy. 1 hour of gameplay.
Maybe they'll play the baddie.
We're skilled along.
You will go to sleep and you wake up as guest player is slitting your throat.
Yeah.
Roll a constitution check as you try to hold the blood inside your throat.
Yikes.
man.
Yeah, no, but there's things in motion. Things are in motion, and there's 9 cultist or council members left. I think out the top of my head, Ras had the golden Dragonborn mask. Pretty sure.
Yes. Yeah. Well, it was one that was already dead. So yeah.
One represented, like, one of the council members like represents each Dragonborn color.
But I know, like,
Pretty sure Ras had the golden one.
Yeah, I know the one we killed was one that we found dead anyway. Oh, so we knew one of them was.
Yeah. So.
And he said, I've already killed my Dragonborn blue big dragon.
Oh, there you go.
And then kill another one. Smile. I'm like.
Yeah. So. There's 9 colors left. There's 9 council members left in that way. So.
There's still 9. Fucking hell, we've got so much work to do with this skill thing. Oh my god.
It's definitely a long con thing, yeah.
Oh,
it's
I know,
definitely
but,
a long con
it's just
thing.
when I think I'm like, we're like, yeah, we've made a little bit of progress with this skill thing. It's like, wait, there's still 9 more people we have to deal with, and even then, they might summon with skill at that point. Who knows what's gonna happen? Like, there's still might be. Oh no, we were the fake council. Actually, there's the big council. Actually, you. It's
we
like
were the decoys.
It's you beat the Elite Four in Pokemon, then there's the champion. It's like,
Yeah, exactly, dude. I mean, wouldn't Raskill then be that champion though?
I
Realistically,
don't know, that could still be like, I am the elite.
Raskill is a flying Tarask dragon, dude. Bet. No, yeah, there's
man.
it's D&D, fam. There's a lot of shit that we can do, and even if we don't do it this campaign, then there'll probably be another campaign where we can do that shit. You know, it's
like there's so much.
like we're doing this like whole cult thing now, pretty much, and there's so many other like ways that have like just like an overlying story arc in D&D.
Oh yeah, we have no idea. Like for all we know, there's still like chromosphere shit going on technically in the background.
Yeah, that I mean,
Because
you now learn, or at least wait, did Laurent share that? I don't think he did.
Nope, he didn't share
that the chromosphere is one of the artifacts of the Sun Ring, and that there's definitely a lot of power there. So,
but it was like, hey, we've got it now. Well, yeah, we got it now to stop these people for the dragons in the north. So there's still that whole dragons in the north situation.
Dragons in the north, yep.
There's still conflict in the Burning Scar.
A lot of shit, man. A lot of shit
in this world.
And there's so much going on in the other provinces that you guys don't even know of, dude. Like,
yeah, I know, right? Dutch there, just like, you're my small point. You're actually the baddies this whole time.
You're the bad guys in someone else's campaign.
I know, right?
Yeah, we gave the
we
wizard
the
the
baddies?
chromosphere, and he's used that to like kill thousands of innocents.
Yeah, he's now the Lich King. He's now...
No, the chromosphere
Rescue
actually,
was supposed to come back and save
the
the
chromosphere
world.
actually came up in the other campaign that I do that plays out in the same world, but in Sagalia, the province to the north. The chromosphere came up as well as like, hey, someone transported it through Order of the Obscure, and we found out, so we want to get it now. Please go steal it for us. And whatever that party does will have repercussions for you guys. Like,
I remember you saying that as well.
will the sphere still be there?
So when are we gonna fight as other party then and kill those?
And that's a little hard.
What
because,
about the people who are in both
yeah,
parties?
Soko, Laura, and just Soko and Laura.
Time to choose allegiances.
Choose your friends.
Dude, okay.
No, just play them both and just have those two fight, and they're like rolling against themselves.
It's really cool though, because their like overlying baddie is a Rakshasa. It's pretty dope. Pretty cool.
Oh, Rakshasa are cool. Rakshasa are really, really
Yeah, try to kill those permanently, bud.
Yeah.
Gonna have to travel to
Especially,
hell.
like, and especially just like a shapeshift as well, because it's like, hey, I was your boy.
Like
party
he's
member this
not
whole
really
time.
made it a thing. Like he's hid himself once. That was like when they first met him. He revealed like But other than that, he's not really bothered hiding his true self because he's really like, just a cocky cunt.
Would I
Really.
be right in saying that with Rakasha that like you kill them on this plane, they just go back to?
They go back to hell, and then they have to endure a very long, like months-long process of being like a very painful revival process where they slowly get shaped back. And during that slow process and revival thing, they really like whoever dealt the killing blow will be their next target.
Yeah.
Rakshasa are fucking dope.
It's the same as
and they're immune to any spell.
Eucalypts.
They're immune to any spells under 6th level, 5th level, 6th level, 5th level.
So what you're saying is hit them really, really hard.
Yeah, they're immune to magic.
Dimension Builder.
They're immune to magic under a certain level. I think it's 5th or 6th level.
Oh, yeah, about doing level 6.
Rakshasa 5e. Let's see. Rakshasa are... Yeah, they're immune. Rakshasa can be affected or detected by spells of 6th level or lower. Unless it wishes to be.
That's disgusting.
See, the worst thing is as well that you cast banishment and send them back to their plane, and they can just come back.
Yeah, they'll come back.
Because plane shift. Oh, well.
Yeah.
Plus they can cast plane shift once a day. So poof.
Yeah, they literally just
like you
shift back into
you
that
banish them and they bamf back within like the same minute. Like hey.
and then you banish them again, and then they're like,
and
okay,
then
let's
they'll
just
have to
go back
wait a
tomorrow.
day. Yeah, exactly.
Just sit there because they can spawn in anywhere in the plane as well, right? With
Yeah.
plane shift.
Yeah, plane
So
shift
you
is
literally
just...
don't know where they're gonna be.
Yeah. Rakshasas are fun, man.
Plane shift behind you.
And the thing is, the party
Oh,
over
wow.
there, is like at level 4 still, so there's no way in hell they can beat him anytime soon.
No.
So that's and he's just like every time they've encountered him so far, he's been that classic like villain where it's like, oh no, the party is here, yo lackeys, go fight him, bamfs out, you know, like it's fucking hilarious. Every time they think they get close, I'm just like, haha, no. So much fun.
Wrong, motherfucker.
So much fun.
But
So
you
yeah.
guessed it.
I do have to say that now that the fact that I run 2 campaigns that also play out in the same world, it's tough because I do enjoy Dungeon Select more because I think the whole streaming aspect and the fact that there's more people than just my party that's witnessing it really adds to my experience as a DM. So sometimes I really have to motivate myself to like, okay, let's do this one now. Like I've played with the idea of fucking just squishing it together and seeing if people are down, just kind of merge and migrate over. But I don't know. So yeah, last episode, going back to Dungeon Select, we kind of over there.
Dungeon Discourse. We were talking about dungeons.
We were talking about D&D. Like last episode was fucking just lit. It was so,
wild.
Like, it was Dutch. Like, I didn't think I said it, but it was still a great session. Like,
we saw a lot of like varies from other characters.
Yeah.
True. But that was all. That's all you. That's not nothing you can.
I don't know what it means yet, but I know that Naronk tried to let on something.
What?
The way that Soko was at the end of it, I know that Soko was trying to hint at something for the entire time.
What situation?
I don't know what though, so I'm gonna have to.
What did he say?
He didn't say anything. Just he had that sort of that Soko.
Oh, because he read about those artifacts in the book.
I don't know if it's that. I don't know if it's that or if I've missed something.
I do. Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, we'll see.
There was Soko's character, like anything Soko does, like him just like getting blackout drunk constantly. I was like, okay, I guess like
yeah, like
Naronk is a funny boy, dude.
I'm like, what is an Naronk right now? Like what? He's not showing anything to be.
Naronk was enjoying his day off, bro. He was just like, it is Sunday, dude.
Yeah. Man tried to bond with Naronk, not last session before, and we sat down for one drink, and Naronk passed out, and Bran had to carry him up to bed.
Happens, man.
It's like, right, okay, because I think
shit like that happens.
Yeah, Bran like knows where he stands with everyone else, and I think a lot of us have this same sentiment. Like, you guys are sort of tied to Naronk in the sense that, hey, he saved your lives, whereas for Bran, he's just like this random wood elf that follows the party around. And
yeah, that's what I'm really curious for to see is like, because Abberan still is like, shit ain't got nothing to do with me. The fact that now he knows that there's like possible like world-ending shit happening, may also calm Rios' tits a little bit with the harassment of like, ooh. Because, you know, you're about to fight like a fucking, you know about the cult now and what they do, or the council now and what they do.
But then that fully depends on Rios and something that neither I nor Bran.
Oh yeah, you're gonna have to fucking convince him. Like, he's gonna come to you at one point to be like, hey, listen.
But see, that's the thing. If it's world ending, Rios wouldn't want that.
Yeah, I know. So that's the thing. But like, it's not world ending yet, though, and that's the thing. Like,
no, but that's the thing. If we stop it in his track, is he gonna be, hey, GG guys, you saved the world, or is he gonna be pissed that we stopped a fight before it happened? If that was the sort of thing that would lead to like a massive, like, grand scale war.
Yeah, Kamikaze. Thanks for that, dude. Appreciate your kind words and your support and watching pretty much since the beginning. Thanks, bud.
Okay. I love that he said compared to the heavy drama from the week. I'm like, this week had a lot of heavy drama.
Yeah, but like different though. And it was a different, definitely a different just vibe in general as well, because life-threatening death imminent, or
this guy's a bit of a dick.
This guy's a fucking cunt. Let's punch him. You know, like it's. Yeah.
I can't wait for the next morning when we will wake up and first thing the next morning. Just the awkward air of like, how's it going?
I mean, you've already been. That's already happened. Like, you guys been traveling for 2 days.
Yeah, we got up and then traveled.
But I mean, like,
because Nakul sat on the front, we haven't really spoke.
That's what I'm saying.
True, yeah.
He split himself on that. Like, his show was like, I'm sitting in the front.
For 3 days, we've traveled, and Nakul's sat on the front, not spoken to anyone because Naronk sat reading his book.
He's eaten ash.
Yeah, fucking dead vampire. But like, he never made any real like point to discuss anything at traveling, so he probably made basic small talk and that's it.
Yeah. Can't wait for the musical episode.
Fuck you.
Yeah, what's up, clown? Yeah, no, the thing is, that's something that'll, you know, eventually it'll be fine. Like, you know, at the end of the day,
it'll be fine or it won't.
It will be. There's no way that that's something that splits the party. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
I think Kassarin would have been most likely to be like, nah, I'm done with this. And because she settled it, everyone else has sort of got to grin and bear it, whether they like it or not.
I think that's the thing that the Cool will hate the most, is like, if Kisron confronts him about stuff, he'll be happy to, because he's the one that he pissed off intuitively that person. It's when other people speak for her, then he'll be like, "Not your business. What the fuck?" Like anytime like Abberan says you shouldn't have stolen, it's like, "Where you kiss her on? Like, not your business, mate. Get the fuck out."
Yeah, but see, that's the point. Like,
That's
that's
the cool's big that's the cool's like big thing. It's like it's because him with conversation stuff like that. He's very much it's between A and B. He doesn't think about like the surrounding like, hey, all these people connected and that makes sense as this thing. He's very much this is a beef between me and this person.
Yeah, Nakul's very individualist, whereas
Yeah.
Bran, the way he thinks and the way he views people is it's a whole. It's not you upset Kasarin or you've harmed your trust with Kasarin by taking this. It's that you've harmed the group.
The group. Yeah.
You've upset the group. The group has lost trust in you.
I think
it's
that's
very
gonna be,
all or nothing for him.
I think that's going to be like the main contention point between Nakul and Abberan. Is he's like for the group. I'm like, yeah, but the group's fine. It's just we've got.
Is it though?
Is
Well,
it though?
that's what-
I don't know. Tremaris is like
Okay,
making
this
dirty
is-
deals under the table with Cthulhu.
Yeah.
Narong might stab us all in the throat and no one will know because no one knows him well enough to know.
No, it's episode 3. It'd be a bullet to hit.
Kasarin's probably going to get caught and hung. Actanis is now actually fine that everyone after her is
Nakul's
dead.
going to be taken by an evil murder cult that wants to kill Dragonborn.
And Abberan and Actanis are just going to be stood there like, well, shit. And
Oh,
when
no,
there's only two,
Actana still has shit going on for her, dude. Don't worry about it.
just not shit right now.
I mean, she a little bit. She's looking for her parents, right? She's done that with SellotapeGypsy in the wrong. Like, hey, could you send a letter? Could you make sure that your guild looks for them? Blah blah blah, because they're thieves too. So like, yeah. So she's involved in the wrong with that. But that's not something that's like happening right now. But that's definitely gonna have a little meme to it as well.
See, that would be really interesting as well because from what slightly out of game, from what I know of what Belle's spoken about Actanis, like part of her reasoning for the gladiator stuff was to make a name for herself, and sort of in the hopes that maybe that would draw her parents to find her. And I don't know if it's Actanis or Belle, but one of them has this sort of fear that, hey, maybe they purposely didn't.
The thing is, as well, is that she's now known under a different name than her parents know her. She chose that name after she fled from Lord Irondeck. That's when she became Actanis. So now that she's also
names as well.
And now that she's known to the world, people that she's met as another name. Like, you know, if you're gonna talk to people who've met Actanis in the past 5 years and be like, yo, this tiefling chick, yay high, is she called Sarufus? They'll be like, no, I don't know.
No, I know a tiefling.
I know a tiefling. She's called Actanis, though. Yeah, that's not her, right? No. So.
Yeah.
You know. Because it's been
very interesting.
a few years since like she's running under the name Actanis for a few years. So.
I thought it was interesting that she chose to continue being called Actanis as well.
I think it's sort of a thing. Like, yeah. I don't know. It's an interesting thing to ask her, I guess. I'm not sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to hear Belle's reasoning for it.
I mean, we'll have her on at some point. I'll ask her that question. Yeah.
I have an ultimate like confession to make when it came to Sarufus.
Oh god.
I thought it wasn't like one name. I thought it was Sir Rufus.
Rufus. Oh fucking Christ.
For a long time, until I saw it on the screen, I'm like, I'm a fucking idiot.
To be fair, when I first heard Irondeck, I literally thought it was Irondeck. That's where the name comes from.
But
Irondeck, dude. Irondeck. I said it. That's
like Irondeck. I heard, but no,
Irondeck.
Sir Rufus. I straight up heard it. It's like I'm like, I don't understand.
So
this
Rufus
name.
the Brave.
Sir Rufus, dude.
That's how I heard it for so long. I was like, I just don't understand. And I saw it right now. I'm like, in my head, there might be a moment, like I don't know if it's on stream or not, but the moment my eyes just go. Oh.
Writing down character.
I don't know when it is, but I'm pretty sure the moment where I can see myself reading something and just being like.
you truly are the Travis Willingham of this group. Oh my god.
So
it's just this moment I had of like, for fuck's sake.
When did you see it written down though?
I think you put it up on stream or something. I think there was some. I saw it as a thumbnail. One of the titles.
Oh yeah, episode 14.
Yeah, and I was like, oh. I was just like, oh,
you're such an idiot. Oh, you're
yeah, but in my
such an
defense,
idiot.
though, if you just hearing it, I took the
Sir
two English
Rufus.
words, sir and
Yeah,
Rufus,
okay, fair
and I
enough.
was like, Sir Rufus.
Sir Rufus.
And it made sense to me. So
Oh,
there's I'm like,
man.
that's such a weird thing. Why do they just say Rufus? Why is the Sir bit so important? And see it down like, oh. Fuck. I swear I'm not Nakul, guys. I swear. We're
You
different
sure
characters.
about that?
I swear.
Oh,
So I've
yeah,
now
yeah.
decided that my backup character for Dungeon Select either going to be called Sir Rufus or Herdsworth.
Herdsworth.
Hey man, Hutch Dose is gonna be great.
Like Rufus Herdsworth.
Rufus Herdsworth.
That's-
That's it.
That's
Oh,
Dr.
yeah.
Herdsworth to you.
Oh yeah.
Rufus
nah.
Herdsworth, the gnomish wizard.
God. No, the thing,
Hello
I
there.
don't know.
I'm Rufus Herdsworth.
Like I have it all written down, but I'm sure that there's more things in Dungeon Select that people are like, oh, that's how you write that. Oh,
That's it. Oh, Dutch, any name you've given me, any like everything you've
okay.
given
How
me.
do you spell Nakul?
Nakul, no,
Rokul.
okay. Oh, Rokul.
How do you spell that?
I've had it as two spellings because I'm no too sure. So I've had it as ROHUKL and just ROUKUL.
It's RH. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
So like I've written it both ways.
how do you spell Medjern?
I
Ooh,
think I'm
MEDJERN.
I'm not gonna lie.
URN.
I'm not gonna lie,
URN.
Dutch. I think I might just put Medj down for a lot of my note. Like
Veggie boy.
Medj.
Oh
Like I say,
man.
anything you give me, I either write it out phonetically, and I'm like, that'll do.
Did
Like,
I
just-
ever give
Okay.
you?
So it
Ilareth.
sounds the same. So written down, it'll
Ilareth.
sound the same when I speak it.
Did I ever give you Brand's second name, Dutch?
Oh, I don't think you did.
Yikes.
It is a
Russian?
very unwieldy name. The party
I'm trying to
doesn't
think
know.
now. Like, what else have I like name wise? I'm like,
The thing is though, in my notes, right, written down,
Mhm.
and if I say it how I've written it down, I will say it correctly, right? The spelling will be wrong.
yeah, fair.
It's written down how I think it's spelled. So like, I'll just put a
Sorry,
Y. in
how
the
do you spell?
beginning.
How do you spell Eudorus?
Ah, fuck, fine. I'd have to find.
Hello
the notes for
there.
that.
What about
Hold on.
is it TNL?
Yeah.
DNL, yeah.
The magic chick.
Oh, TNL. I've written that. I've written down that name differently every time I've written her name down.
Good shit, bro.
Legitimately. I think I started off like TYNE, like
What?
YL or something, right? Because to me, that it's fancy names are always like TY, like T.
But I
is always like
pronounce it
TY.
DNL.
Yeah, but
Huh.
Old English.
I'm now realizing how many words in my setting like start with like letter Y.
Yep. Because it's Old English.
In my setting, a lot of places start with like the Y as like the second letter. Places like Rinwell, that's RYN.
Yeah,
Yeah, 'cause otherwise
because
people would
fancy shit.
Yeah.
It's ye old eye
Because
English.
I'm a prick.
Yeah, I mean, D&D 101 sassy, make notes. D&D 102, ask your DM how should have spelled.
Oh, fucking...
Yeah,
Other
like
people
even if
do
you
that.
don't make notes when you're playing, like what I like to do is I like to make some very brief notes in session if it's important. So things like when I first met the party, I knew all their names as a person because I'd been watching it. So I wrote down, I think Kasarin was using the name Julia, and I think someone else gave me a false name as well. So in my notes somewhere there is.
I think Rokul did. No, that was before that.
I
I think
might have
Actanis
given
did.
Maybe, yeah.
I think Actanis gave me a fake name when I first met the party. So obviously I in my notes somewhere have like session 1, Kasarin is currently called Julia. Or like I had notes about
I love
much money
how
we got for
Laura
my
keeps
next estate.
forgetting about the Hat of Disguise. It's so funny.
That's so...
I was see slightly metagamey. Like, is that Kasarin forgetting or
Yeah.
just Laura forgetting?
I'd say that is Kasarin forgetting because she
I
approached
would say
it. She approached it in game like, oh, I forgot my Hat of Disguise. Got to run up. Like at that point,
Yes,
like yeah,
she shouldn't have. Like,
no,
I don't think it's.
no. But now that she's done it like that, like yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's
you know,
that's how it's gonna be.
once you say it, it happens. That's just how it works.
Like we haven't sold it yet, but we have 2 sets of chainmail in the bag of holding, which
I still need to find
I
someone
know.
to sell that sword to.
because I have notes. And if we didn't have notes on that, we might get like 40 weeks down the road and be like, we're really scrapped for cash. And then don't you be like, guys, you have 2 sets of like
chainmail that you can sell.
Really nice chainmail in your bag. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
a personal favorite of mine is giving people a bag of randomly assorted gems worth X amount of money, because that's really something you're gonna have to write down. Because
what do you think? I've literally got it written down on my typed up character sheet, right? 100 gold brackets in sapphires.
There you go.
And then I've written underneath my actual gold total, because obviously I couldn't bother to put that. I'm just reading through all my notes, right, from the previous like dungeon selects, because I got them all one book. As time goes on, I've written less and less notes just per episode, because I've been so involved. Like episode 1, it's like a fucking like full big old sheet of paper, loads written down. And like the only episodes have like a lot on them are like when we went to Rayson's house and there was shit tons there, or like when that dragon to my necklace talked to me. I'm like, everything.
Never properly explored that house as well. Oh, there's so much shit there.
Oh, I know, there's so much dick. Oh,
there's so much. Did you just say there's so much
dick?
There's so much dick in there. Yeah.
There's so much dick in this house. It's a wet dream for Nakul.
There's so much dick, dude. Oh boy.
This house, guys. There's so much dick.
There's so much dick.
It's not what I meant.
You said
it's gonna be like dildos under the floorboards.
Oh yeah.
I know Rayson's so fucked up, guys.
Dick in that
I know
house,
Rayson's
dude.
fucked. He has a dungeon. He has a section.
Oh god.
But like, no, fucking Nakul. If we didn't get told, "Hey, come to this place," Nakul would have put up a very like strong argument of going back to Kelzir. Like, he would have been like, "We're going back to the Capital Boys."
Brand's just sort of on Mr. Bones' wild ride.
Alright, you're right.
I mean, Brand sticks around, so he's not like against it.
I think the thing is for Brand that like he wants to get into fights. He likes
but it's getting a little obsessive though. Like it's getting a little obsessive with Abberan. Like I want to fight. Like that I never really understood, and I was like, it felt a little out of place. Was when you guys were like with that gnome bard, and you were just, I'm gonna fucking fight someone like for no reason. I was like, that felt a little out of place.
What? Where I threw the rock?
No, where you were like about to fucking, you were really all of a sudden out of nowhere, we're like, I want to fucking spar, and then Octamus tackled you. Like that felt so out of place for me because it came out of fucking nowhere. I was like, what?
See, there are reasons why, and it wasn't just a gypsy spur of the moment. I really want to spot. Like it was a Brand thing. And there is stuff that I will have to discuss with you. But so, you know where I discussed my intentions for Brand's future and how I wanted to see what happens to him as a character. There are certain parts that like. So he has, as a character, has changed slightly from when I first wrote him. Because partly because of influence of the group, and partly because he wasn't necessarily there wasn't as much depth when I first wrote him. And now suddenly there is, and there's a little bit more of a personal conflict. And there's sometimes like, well, it makes sense. Like he wants to do this, and like it's been clear from the start that Bran enjoys fighting. I think when we were in the first fight, someone did like stupid amounts of damage, and Bran's just like nodding his head like, yeah, that fucking hurt, good job, because it is his thing. Like it's what he lives for. So it is almost like not extremes, but like to the level of I need a fix, and sticking around with these people gets me into fights. And there are certain people in the group that like he's attached to, but as a whole, there is also probably maybe half the group that Brand's just like, I'm sticking around with these people because they get me into fights. And I feel like that's really interesting because Bran as a character is always very much sort of on that balancing point of he wants to be a good person, but if he sees an excuse to start a tavern brawl, is he going to jump into that because he wants to fight someone?
But that doesn't really fit with the whole honorable combat. I'm a God of War follower, though. Or tavern brawl!
That's the thing. Like,
like that's not really honorable combat.
Yeah, it's one of those where it's very carefully, or I'm trying to carefully balance it between his instinctual combat nature being of that descent and his tenant. And that's sort of, I'm trying to find a balance to the two, because I think it makes sense for him as a person to naturally be inclined to want to fight. Like, just as who he is, descendants-wise. And the honorable side of it is more, this is what Rios teaches, this is what I should follow, versus my natural instinct is to go up and fight something. It's like the difference of like scrapping around on the street and like actually sparring. And they're two sort of sides that I think could go either way.
I keep yawning and I have no idea why. Literally,
Dutch is tired of our shit.
No, yeah, but like literally, like as soon as I hit go live, I just started yawning and I can't stop.
Oh no, man! I
know the feeling.
The Dungeon Discourse episode, like this last one, you started yawning so much. I was just like, because I was into it, and I was like, oh, I'm actually kind of tired. I was just tired.
I don't feel tired. That was the thing. I was like, oh, okay, well, get some yawning.
I think it was Iron Deck fight where like I was at one point like over here, and like I'm really into it and listening and like really enjoying it, but I'm also sort of like,
just yeah.
So like tired.
I've noticed that like watching the VODs back, I dip my head a lot because I'm like, I forget that like we're on stream basically, and like I'm so in the moment.
Just put your webcam down there, dude.
Yeah, I really like Dutch's style of writing to the point where like, so we were talking about the dragon stuff, and people explain it. I'm like, yeah, Bran doesn't know, but I know because I remember where I was when I was listening to it. I remember driving up the M1 while it was raining on my way up north for Christmas with my phone in the passenger seat with Dungeon Select playing on mobile data.
That's a fan, guys. You hear that?
Fan. See, guys, if you're a true enough fan, you can be on Dungeon Select. No.
And that was me catching up on like the couple that I'd missed, and I was like fully like invested in it, like where I'm driving, but like turned the radio off just to like sit and listen to Dungeon Select.
We out here, boys.
Well, say, the thing is, it's like I have my dice to my left of me, so if I start filling my dice, I'll be looking at this, and I'll realize. And it just looks like I'm dicking about. But I'm like, it's because I'm listening, and when I listen, I'll have to hold I'll be holding a pen. I'll just be like fiddling with the pen. I fiddle when I'm listening. Like,
That's what I do as well, bro. I fiddle as well.
So I'll be there with my dice. I'll just be staring at my dice, listening. I'm thinking, I feel like I'm like just so distracted with something right now. But I'm like, and then I look up. I'm like, hello.
Yeah, you pull that face a lot. That like you do that a lot.
It's the face of like, oh yeah, shit. or someone says that, I'll be like, wait, did you just say that? Or I'll be reacting to chat, not wanting to comment on the chat, but then not can't what I want to type. I can't it doesn't make sense. It's like a face thing, so I'll just be pulling a face and looking at the person, being like, okay, chat.
Yeah, no, it's The thing is with especially with next chapter. I already have like ideas, and especially it depends on if the person I'm going to talk to is going to do the thing or not that I'm planning. If so, I got a lot of cool ideas and plans. If not, then we're gonna have to postpone that. Hit that little delay button on that. But
we can go for a pub crawl again. We don't care.
Nah, it's just I wanna see if I can say something without spoiling literally the entire fucking plot.
Should we just definitely let you tell stream?
No. It's just I'm trying to think of a way where I can give a little bit of a teaser, but not too much.
Tease.
I am going to try and see if I can.
Are you fondling bollocks?
I'm going to try and see if I can combine someone's backstory with the Council of the Skill.
Not like this.
So tie-ins.
Definitely not.
Because there is definitely multiple characters in the party that have given me, even Nakul really, that have given me things I can be like, I could connect the dots there. That's definitely something I want to see if I can pull off, and if so, I'm gonna need people to play certain characters for me, because that's just way more impactful than like if we wouldn't have had Gwen. I feel like Gwen would not have existed, and therefore I enjoyed having Gwen on.
There's a difference between having just like the head of security and having like someone that you
exactly
are invested in.
So yeah, next chapter's gonna be exciting.
I'm excited for it.
If my plans work out,
I always look forward to Dutch's writing, especially on a continued storyline, just because any more any information we get from Dutch, I just love, because
I just really enjoy these double D&D weekends at the moment.
That's really cool as well.
Oh,
by the way, I have to tell you.
Ooh.
I'm not there Saturday.
This Saturday.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Because I got IRL shit to do.
Okay.
And
are you busy on Sunday?
Yeah, in the evening I have D&D.
Monka. What time does your D&D start in the evening?
Like 8.
We could be done by then if you wanted to do it on Sunday.
Do I really want 2 D&D sessions in one day?
It's up to you. If not, we can work around it. It's cool.
Yeah, because I'll be gone Friday evening through like Sunday morning.
Yikes.
It's like, yeah, it's tough. Like I
Cool.
think I'll barely make it in time for the other D&D campaign, so I don't really think that's gonna work.
Okay.
Rip in peace. No D&D for 2 weeks. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die.
I'll just do a one-shot, Smile, and you can complete, Koiba.
So yeah, that's a little thing that I forgot about that just popped in my head. Like, oh, so yeah.
Hey guys, I can put off my sellouts rating for another week while I
Smile.
find a decent one-shot.
But yeah, I kind of running out of shit to talk about. We were just talking about D&D in general now.
Yeah.
The thing is, normally the format with this show is I tell you about what happened. You guys give me your opinions. I tell you what I prepared, what I improved, what was.
But it was
all improv pretty much, and you guys took the lead. Like I prepared Jack.
I mean, my biggest thing is
okay, I can talk about the games that I prepared, I guess.
Yeah, let's talk about
go for it.
Go
Sure. Fucking the spinner was literally you're playing roulette.
It's roulette.
yeah.
Avandra's Favor, Critical Role.
Yeah.
It's a game they play in the Marquette Casino. We have our like 18 game. I just inspired it from Blackjack, and I was like, eh.
Yeah, our 18 game that I've semi-robbed for
Only a little
sellout
bit.
under a different name.
Yeah, it's just a game though. Like, if you think Blackjack's known as like 21. It's known as Pontoon. It's known
Yeah, exactly.
same fucking game.
And like it
What
sort
else
of
was
fits
there?
with that like little meme that me and Dutch have about ooh, no one's crossed this sea.
Yeah.
Like so
the fucking Dwarven Roulette. Funnily enough, I looked it up and I was like, let's change that because I gave you guys a prize. The real Dwarven Roulette is there's 6 glasses of ale, but one of them has piss in it. Whoever drinks the pissy ale loses.
I was about to say it's going to be one of those things of one of them's actually like either.
But I was like, you know what? Let's just edit that a little bit.
That's what I knew it was going to be like. One of them was going to be spiked.
yeah, I'm not sure how a few party members would be like,
Yeah,
hey,
exactly.
drunk the one with roofie in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm forgetting one of the games. I'm pretty sure. Wait.
You had Wrestlam. You had
Restaurant, roulette.
21 game.
21 game.
The
Favors.
one, yeah. I say the one that the elf woman told us
dice
to come
one
over
that
to
we
play.
didn't play. Oh, we did
Oh
play.
yeah, fucking Liar's Fortune, Liar's
Dice.
Gambit, Liar's Dice.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would have played poker but with dice pretty much. You roll
shit.
5d6 and you can bet against each other.
Fuck. Damn it, we had poker.
Liar's
I was
Dice.
gonna say poker been so lit on that, and there was motherfucker when I look.
Liar's Dice, yeah. It's like you roll 5d6 and you kind of can like bet. At the end of the day, it's like whoever has the highest wins, but you can like bet against each other. It's like, you know.
Can we talk about Nakul drinking wine?
Yeah, you drinking
That
wine?
thing.
Right, because
Acting all sophisticated all of a sudden. Oh, it was not good
Pouring it
enough for me.
sideways because his mouth is too big to use a wine cup.
no, I think I put it in my ale cup. I think because I'm not that. Yeah, because Nicole isn't an alcoholic.
Nakul looks like a furry, by the way. Look at that, chat. Look at that fucking blue dragon. It's like a furry.
He's a little bit.
No, like a scaly? Is that a thing? Scalies?
Time to get rid of that.
Scalies
character.
is
Get a new one.
unfortunately
Time to
a thing.
commission a different.
Are scalies a thing? No way.
Yeah.
Wow. So that's furries,
That's, why
but
would you say
for
that about
like
my character? I have
reptiles
to
and
get a
shit?
new character. What the fuck? No, joking.
Oh no.
I mean,
No matter what I get, it just always looks the same. I'm like, mother.
Just make a new character in preparation in case
Oh,
your
yeah.
skill comes.
Yeah, Rascal's in a necklace.
a Raskiel cometh.
Oh yeah, that
Oh.
necklace like that was white and is now blue because you wore
Which
it.
which no one's picked up on. Smile. No one's mentioned it. And the
I,
like,
I don't think. We all
I mean,
saw you wear the necklace and then it changed color, but I don't think any of us really like in character noticed that it changed color.
I say, no one's like really give a shit because
Well, I
like,
suppose when we
it's
got
not
that
something
like
you notice too much though, is it? Like,
Hmm?
like Trimaris' staff, you know, this because he carries around, but like around necklace, like it's like with the goblin teeth thing. It's just like it's just there. Like,
yeah, I mean, I try to avoid looking at Nakul generally.
That's toxic, bro. With that said, if there's no like chat questions or anything, it's.
I mean, like my biggest thing is I can't wait for
anything you guys are like excited for, questions about.
Everything.
I think I've upset Belle.
Why?
Because she knows. I think she knows about the coin. And I think she was a little bit annoyed that I've convinced Actanis that, hey, it's just a spell.
That's the way the cookie crumbles, dude.
No,
it's the first time Bran's lied to the party.
Yeah. Oh, Bran is such a weird character for me. Just in the sense of like, just as like.
I find honest, Bran is the type of character that I would have a lot of issues with.
What, if you were a player, or
if I were a player, yeah.
I do have. I can't.
He's like that. Try hard, trying to be the voice of reason, but then I don't know.
Hypocrisy.
Yeah,
I think everyone assumes that Bran is lawful good.
Yeah, honestly,
he's not.
because everyone goes cleric boy.
Everyone assumes that he's
no,
lawful good.
But also the way you've been playing him, like as a player, I would probably have issues with.
No, I love Bran.
Abberan. As a DM, I fucking love it.
I think the thing for Abberan is like, it's a difference between calling someone out for their bullshit because, hey, that's a morally bad and against the law thing to do, and calling someone out for the shit because, hey, like, that's gonna bite us all in the ass. And the way I've been playing Bran has been very dependent on how I think he would feel at certain moments. And I definitely feel like...
So he has mood swings.
Not mood swings, but I feel like he's... And I think I've mentioned this to you. I feel like he's very much a character where he teeters a lot. Well, I couldn't decide whether he was chaotic good or lawful good or in between. And sometimes I think he... if confronted with like a serious character conflict or dilemma, might really swing one way or the other.
I don't know, man.
I say with
I feel
Abberan, like
as a person, I don't think that he as an individual has spent enough time to figure out who he is. He's very much been this is what I do, like that's what I've done for a long time, and this is all of a sudden like very out of his comfort zone. Things like the fucking sandwich, right? It's a fun little meme that we all found sort of funny. But from like serious point, like for Bran, like he had no idea what he was like. And all of a sudden he goes from like someone that I think he thinks of himself as quite wise and like world wise, and then all of a sudden like, don't know, I've never had to do this before. Like I just go in and ask for food and people give me food and that's that.
Yeah, like I said, like I have no issues with Bran. It's just as a player, I would be like, oh, this fucking guy.
no, I love it. As a player,
the type of character I typically play would clash a lot with.
Oh yeah.
Bran's type of
like
character.
Paldo would
Paldo would fucking kill you.
Paldo clashes with the fucking.
Paldo clashes with everyone apart from Throom.
And even then, they clash.
It's a little too early to judge though, because
I know.
Yeah, that's the problem.
You know, but I can tell you that if Paldo would ever encounter a character like Abberan, he would fucking just be so done so quick.
Just I'm out. Bye.
Fucking.
Yeah, I think.
I'm not gonna deal with this prick.
Knew more about Abberan, they might understand it a bit more. Which, you know, I think definitely. There was a little bit of me laying on about Bran's backstory.
Yes and no. Like, what seems really obvious for you might not be very... Like, Soka was like, oh, Dutch, you really fucking almost revealed something about backstory. No, that's because you know what your backstory is. I can talk about your backstory without saying, oh, that's the wrong backstory, by the way. I can go in... I can go in detail to every little thing that happens. Just leave out the name of the wrong, and no one would have an idea.
Well, yeah, it's things like
that's a cool book.
So
cool.
Yeah, right. Like that's the thing. For him, it's obvious, and he gets like super monkey-ass about it. It's like no one knows because it's.
But it's like Nakul's. It's Nakul's thing. If we'd seen that sign somewhere else, you described that icon, but not mentioned him, and he hadn't reacted to it.
Yeah,
We have no idea.
Yeah, exactly. Like
I say, with that whole thing, Nakul backstory-wise, he hadn't like seen anything about it, like at all for about like a year or so. He's been there for a year or two. I don't know. I can't remember what I've written backstory, but a year or two. He like found nothing because that's just how where he's from is very secretive, very like unknown place. Because Dragonborn are like that, they're very secretive sect, and they don't like things. So for it to be taken over, it didn't expect to find anything, and suddenly just this book in the capital just has the thing he's been looking for, and he's just like, okay, like what is going on here, lads? Right, Monka, like he's suddenly like that's what he got so protected because he suddenly had something. He's like, this is the only thing I've got. I need to run with this. Like, what's this? And he doesn't want to reveal it to him because he's like, well, it's my thing. This is, it's my.
Yeah, I hear that.
So,
long story short, next chapter's gonna be lit. All your backstories are gonna be fucking dope. I love Dungeon Select. There's just so much like we've been doing it for a while, man. September.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't feel like it feels like we're playing.
It's fucking February.
You know what I mean? It feels like we played for like a month at most. But then you see what we've done. Like the thing is, shit feels so long ago.
Yeah,
so long ago.
But like the thing is, it's like with the story that we've got going on right now and the pacing we're doing things in, and the fact that shit's got like chapters are gonna get longer and longer the more you level up because there's gonna just be more intricate boss fights. There's gonna be more intricate this or that, and
it's still gonna be you just have to.
For instance, if Iron Deck would have gotten away, that would have come up at some point
maybe
again.
3-4 weeks, if not longer.
Not much.
It depends. Do we try and hunt him down? And spend,
like what do you do as a group?
3-4 sessions.
That's also the thing. Like I can't start writing next session until I know exactly what you guys have done. I can start like painting the I can prepare the canvas and I can have shit ready. But as soon as like I need to know what you guys did before I can properly like this is what they did. Let's go.
Yeah, you have like a general like skeleton of the campaign.
Yeah.
If you might not, but like I think the general sort of thing is like you know where you want it to go.
Like I had that Council of Rescue thing thought up, and I was like, okay, that's a cool like overlying arc, and then we'll just fill it. We'll have like filler with fucking backstory shit, and that will like intertwine nicely. Like this is like your backstories, and then the Council of Rescue is just that line that just goes straight through from beginning to end. And that's kind of how I'm doing it, and it's been working out so far. But the thing is, because we have a party of 6, there's a lot of backstories, and now it's been revealed that there's 10 council members. That's kind of I have plans for the artifacts of the Sundering that I'm preparing, like those weapons and armor and shit that has been revealed a little bit.
And then we have to do another backstory thing when Soko gets his character killed.
Yeah. I'm gonna say Soko's character's gonna die in the next 2 episodes, right? Because that's 8 episodes.
It's scripted.
Right?
He's officially played more as a Rank than he has as Ash.
He has by 1 episode. I think hour-wise, he'd already played more hours as Narong, just because our episodes got longer.
But episode-wise, he's caught up
officially, which is so strange for me.
That's wild.
I say at least the last remark for me is I can't wait for Abberan and Nakul to duel because our main weapons are both not sparring weapons.
No.
They're not like swords and rapiers. It is a mace and a maul. Like, that's not spar. That's like...
you guys are gonna fucking just...
On top of that, the problem with Abberan is half of his main combat technique is beat the crap out of him, get up close, cast something devastating like inflict wounds, which I don't think Bran would do to Nakul.
I mean, in a friendly
2 episodes later.
In a friendly ball, no. If he starts raging and like tries to kill Bran, then
hey, if Nakul sees stuff is going bad, he might go. You're like, Monka.
I mean, you can rage in a friendly manner. You can just like Nakul smiles at Abberan and has like this grin appears on his face, and like, you see his eyes start to flare up.
Nakul's whole big thing is that he's controlled his rage. Is like he can arm wrestle rage and not like destroy the tavern. Like he can rage and arm wrestle and just do that. Like. He very much has a controlled, like, hey, I know when it's good and when I probably should, like, pull back and not, like, this is not a rage scenario right now. Like, it's
compared to Actanis, who just stands there going,
yeah, exactly. Rugby tackles, just like.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's balance is a thing, you know?
Oh, yeah. But big ol' Dutch, you're doing a great job. Just, I can't say it enough, like, you're doing amazing.
Appreciate it, Dad.
And I look forward to every episode.
Me too, man. Me too. Honestly,
Genuinely gonna be stood crying on Sunday.
I know, right? It was like the Christmas break. I was like, what do I do on Sundays now? Like my Sunday evenings were like, you know, make sure I've got dinner at this time. Make sure I do this. Cool, Dungeon Dates.
I guess I'm gonna spend all Sunday rewatching past episodes, remaking notes.
No, I'm just be watching that one clip where I got 2 natural 20s and just being like, oh, those are the good days.
Those were the good days. Yeah.
That one moment of 2 natural 20s, like.
Yeah, and I think with that done and said, we've managed to talk smack for like an hour and a half, so or like an hour and 20 minutes. Yeah. So I think this has been Dungeon Discourse. Unless there's any burning questions, I think we're
just gonna pop up and be like, "Why is Gypsy such a dick?"
I was like, "Why is the Cool such a dick?"
Yeah, met him.
You've met him.
You've met him.
Which one? Which one? Both.
I can't disclose that information. No. Thanks for watching, guys. You guys are.
Yeah, it's been good.
You guys are pretty lit, I guess. You know.
Been litty.
I guess you guys are pretty cool. Whatever, dude.
Yeah, that's cool.
Thanks for hanging. I won't be streaming tomorrow evening.